What's going on, guys? This is Mr. Woodsmoke coming to you with another video. Today I kind of switching up the scenery. I'm actually walking on my property, and just wanted to share some things which has been on my mind that I've been seeing in the sports world that kind of relates to a lot of things that I talk about. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff that's been going on with this, I'm sure you know, with this David Haney situation. If you don't know, he made some comments saying that he would not let a white boy ever beat him in the boxing ring. Okay. The good thing about America is that you can say what you want and you can do what you want within reason. And as far as how I take it, I don't look at it as like it's like a racial thing. I mean, you say what you say, If you feel like that, then you feel like that. But as far as his comments, I feel like he should be very responsible with that. He doesn't know the ramifications of that. There was another boxer just maybe a couple of years ago named Bernard Hopkins that said that about him fighting a white guy, and a guy beat the brakes off of him. I think he even said it with, Joe Smith. He said that, and he got put through the freaking ropes, So there has been other boxers that have said that and has eaten their words. So that's a problem right there. That's a problem. So what I mean by that, as far as Devin Haney, is that, yeah, he's young, he's strong, he probably can knock out a lot of white guys right now. But guess what? Every day he wakes up, he's going to get older. And every day you wake up and you get older, you get more vulnerable. Like they say, nobody has beaten Father Time. So, and all that said is that there's going to be one day where there's going to be a younger guy than him, there's going to be a white guy, and it's going to want to make him eat them words. And 9 times out of 10, he will. He will. He will eat those words. And so, you have to be very, very, very careful in what you say and understand the ramifications of what you say. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful with what you say, and you cannot let, other people prop you up or to go on these other type of little pro-black boxing platforms and let them prop you up. Because eventually, the same people that prop you up will kick the chair out up under you when they don't like something you do. And so, another thing, too, is that now that I guess he's came out and said, I apologize and whatever, and, for his, doing that for his own, own career. Because the thing of it is that when you talk about a job, any other job, you have to conduct yourself in a way that you want to keep your job and you want to have longevity in that job. You don't want, you don't want any issues. Now, here's where the whole crux of the video is going to come into play. Now, you got all these fake pro-black detractors on here talking about, well, he shouldn't have said that. He got to keep it reals. He got to keep it reals. And so it's like, okay, you got to keep it real. But everybody that's on these little fake pro-black sites, 90% of them, not all of them, got jobs. They got jobs. And they have to know how to conduct themselves on their jobs. You don't see none of these guys on here talking that Marcus Garvey stuff, talking that Malcolm X stuff to their bosses every day. You ain't got, I don't see none of them. They got 9-to-5 jobs, and they go to their jobs and they conduct themselves like not activists, but like a normal civilian that works. Now, when you go home, you can become a Malcolm X. When you go home, you can become a Marcus Garvey. When you go home, you can become the Prince of Pan-Africanism. You can do all of that. But when you're at that job, you conduct yourself according to their parameters. You say, well, everybody else is doing stuff. Well, other people do this. Well, you know what? There's a lot of other people get away with stuff at their job or whatever like that. There are a lot of people get away with it. But eventually, guess what? It catches up with you. It catches up with you. So what I'm saying is that you got all of these fake pro-blacks talking all this noise about, talking all this noise about, about, oh, well, why would he come back and apologize? Well, it's because this guy knows, look, at the end of the day, I have to look out for number one. Is he an activist? No, he's not an activist. If he's an activist, he's in the wrong profession. He's not an activist. He's not an activist. So that's why this guy should do what he has to do, apologize, and keep it moving. Hold on one second, guys. Give me 1 second. Also, what kills me is that you got everybody got to feed one of these cats, man. And you got a property like that, you got to feed these jokers. All right. Okay. All right. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that you got all these pro-blacks on here talking all this noise about oh, well, he shouldn't be apologizing. He got to keep it 100. He got to keep it real. Well, no. Why does he have to keep it 100 and you go to your job and you ain't got to keep it 100? Why is that? Why is that? He got to keep it 100, but when you go to your job, you can't keep it 100. Because if you kept it 100, you wouldn't have no job. You see what I'm saying? So you got all these fake hypocrites on here knocking this man. And you see, that's one. I'm not saying all. That's one of the reasons why I see how Terrence Bud Crawford is moving. Because the minute they love you, the minute you do something they love you. Oh, we love you. We support the black folk. We support the black man. But then you do something that they don't like, and they will throw you clean off up under the bus and try to destroy everything you work for. That's us. That's not the white man. That's not the cracker. That's us. We are in the self-destruction business. We love bringing you up and then kicking the chair out from up under you. Right when you're leaning back, thinking that we got your back in that nice chair, that nice wooden chair. Oh man, you riding high because you think that the pro-blacks got your back. The minute you do something we don't like, we'll kick that joker right from up under you and make you realize, and then make you have a reality check real quick. I hear them a lot of these guys talking about Deontay Wilder. Oh, Deontay Wilder kept it real. Deontay Wilder kept it real. He's the true champ. He's the man. He keeps it 100. First of all, let me say this about Deontay Wilder. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. And this is my personal views on how I feel about him. When Deontay Wilder first came out, I liked the guy. He was I thought it was a class act. I thought he was, I'm from the South, he's from the South, so you can understand how there are certain ways you conduct yourself in the South, that a person from the North won't understand, a person from the Midwest won't understand. It's certain ways how we say things, how we talk to people, certain ways how we do things that I liked about him, that he possessed. So I like that aspect about him, But then he started transforming. He started transforming into this, I'm a wannabe activist. And when I say I want to be activist, it's kind of like he wanted to be a boxer, but he wants to be more of an activist than a boxer. And the thing is that I notice with any profession, the minute you start splitting your passion, you don't give either one of them 100%. It's like, I'll give you an example. It's like, say for instance, I wanted to be a plumber, right? But I'm always having these dreams and these aspirations of being a shoemaker, right? Okay. Well, I can always have those thoughts in my head about making shoes and being a shoe designer and making, this type of shoe and that type of shoe. That's all great. But I'm still putting 100% of my passion into being a plumber, being the best plumber I can be. I'm getting calls left and right. People are loving my job. I'm cleaning out septic tanks. I'm doing everything. I'm doing all of this stuff. So that's great because I'm still focused on what my true gift is. But now let's just say, for instance, if I start to dabble in shoemaking, so to start to dabble in that, start to make my designs up, start while I'm at my job as a plumber, I'm focusing on what the next shoe, how's the style of the shoe, how the sole is going to be. Now, that's taking my focus off of what my main goal is, my main passion, my main dream. That's taking me off of that. And now, guess what's going to start to suffer? What's going to start to suffer is my main job. Because now I'm starting to juggle 2 jobs at one time. I'm starting to become a shoemaker while I'm being a plumber. And they say, a house divided will not stand. So basically, now I'm undercutting what I'm supposed to be doing as far as my true passion. Back to the conversation. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. This guy started out fighting for his daughter, I think with spinal bifida. That was his main focus. His main focus was that. His main focus was to try to get the money, to have money for his daughter. His main focus. He wasn't on this whole this whole activism thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't be an activist. if you want to be an activist, be a black activist. Be the best black activist you can. All right? But what Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder is doing, he's actually trying to juggle both. And as you can see in the last fight, it backfired on him. He started, what we call in the South, smelling himself. Oh man, this guy was the pinnacle of black. He was everything black. He was like G Money in what's that movie? In CB4. I'm blacker than black and I'm black, y'all. I'm blacker than black and I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. He became that. And guess what? When you start becoming two things and you're leaving your true passion, he got a sense of reality. And on top of that, he got a dose of reality by this is ironic, by a freaking white guy. By a white guy. Another point I want to make. When was the last time you seen Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, any type of our black leaders, Frederick Douglass, any type of our black leaders dress up in a costume, in a black Ninja Turtle shredder costume, or any costume for that matter, and start talking all this black stuff while they got another job? You see what I'm saying? When's the last time you seen Malcolm X dress up in a knockoff Marvel costume and then try to be an activist, but at the same time Malcolm X is actually working at a freaking, I don't know, at a freaking steel mill? No, Malcolm X was not working at a steel mill. Malcolm X was a full-time activist. He was a full-time activist. He didn't have to do any type of gimmicks. He got stuff done in the streets. That's why Malcolm X is Malcolm X. You see what I'm saying? That's why he did what he did. So what I'm trying to say is that you have all of these pro-black channels that love to spin this pro-black boxing channels, which another point I want to make. I see all of these pro-black boxing channels out here, and I don't subscribe to no one. I don't subscribe to none of them because, first of all, I'm a free thinker. I'm a free thinker, and my thoughts are not like anyone else's thoughts. And the minute you start to let them know what your thoughts truly are and how you move, you'll be ostracized from them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a group thinker. I'm not a conglomerate. That's why black folks. That's another reason why black folks are still stuck on a Democrat plantation, because they are group thinkers. If you start thinking for yourself and you start to actually let people know how you really get down, how you really think, you will be ostracized. Look at Devin Haney. Devin Haney, he said what they wanted to hear. But the minute, Devin Haney he's the man. Devin Haney is the man. He gonna take these crackers one by one and he gonna come in there, he gonna bust them out. He's the man. He's the new meaning of black power. But guess what? When Davey Haney doesn't dance the way the puppet master wants him to dance, they cut his strings. They cut his strings. But hold up, these are pro-black boxing channels. Why would they do that to him? Because they're pro-black and they always say that, well, you know, you don't have to think like us and we will still support you. You ever heard these pro-black channels talking about, we will still support you if you think different. Don't worry about it. We're going to still support you if you think different. Ask David Haney that. Ask all these pro-black channels that. Another thing, too, is that there was a guy named Fred from Barbershop Conversations. This guy, I was listening to, what he was saying about David Haney, and I got one thing to say about this guy, Fred. This guy, he loves talking about pro-black. He's always pro-black this, pro-black that. You know. Now, the only problem I have with that is that I think I don't subscribe to this channel, but the last time I had really seen Fred in action, he was trying to fight a black guy. He was trying to fight a black guy. He was trying to fight a black guy. And then on top of that, in the process of him fighting a black guy, he wasn't fighting white supremacy. He was fighting another person that looked like me and you, another black guy. And in the process of trying to fight this guy, he punches a black queen. Now, from what I've heard, Fred doesn't have a black queen. He's got a woman from another race. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But he punches a black queen. He doesn't have a black queen at home, but he punches a black queen that was with K. Diddy. K. Diddy, he was trying to fight K. Diddy, which is Kenny Porter, trying to fight him. But in the process of him doing that, he punches a black queen. Now, what bothers me is why you on here, on this here YouTube, talking about white supremacy this, white supremacy that. The white man ain't this. The white man got to make you apologize. But you try to put hands on another black man, and you also putting hands on a black queen. But you Mr. Pro-Black. And guess what? The weird thing is, the pro-black channels that he's always with, they didn't say anything about that altercation. Why is that, y'all? Why is that? Why? Why wouldn't this pro-black channel say? Because we know if it was a white skinhead Nazi, white supremacist, KKK Klansman, all rolled up into one, if they even thought of putting their hands on a black queen, we gonna ride for hours. We gonna ride. We gonna ride on him. We gonna ride on him. We gonna ride. Like Park say, we gonna ride. We gonna ride tonight. But I didn't hear none of them say anything about that altercation. Him putting his hands on a black woman like that. None of them. So to me, every last one of these pro-black boxing channels are straight up hypocritical garbage. Straight up garbage. And if anyone says that, oh, well, you just a Tom, Uncle Tom, I guess I'll be that. But I'd rather be one than a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be one that take one for the team than allow to see something like that, to fight another black man and to put my hands on a black queen to be in that number. You know what I'm saying? You can call me what you want, but one thing you won't call me is a hypocrite, because I'm my own man. I'm out.